Ondas RTR. Noi siamo live via radio, poi da qua è un po' una soluzione improvvisata, però qua via video per online. Dus per mij Mike Kerr, the Royal Blood. Welcome, Mike, by you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. Royal Blood, the probably biggest rock duo there is at the moment. Welcome to Degen. This is the Valley of the Light, and I heard this is the 600th show.
Apparently, Ben has been keeping a very strict spreadsheet and tally of the show so far. He actually informed me this afternoon. I would have no idea.
That's a lot. 600 shows, 10 years about.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, it sounds a lot, doesn't it? Too many, maybe.
To me, it's not too many, but I don't know. That's my next question, because you're touring with Muse, you're doing festivals, you've got your own headline tour, you've got an album number 4 coming up. Where do you get the energy from, like mentally and physically? 600 shows, I mean.
Well, luckily we don't have to do them all in the same week. So I think we also enjoy what we're doing. So it doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like I don't know. It feels like we're living some sort of fever dream, really.
When you drove up here after like playing a big Glastonbury show this summer, were you not thinking, where the hell are we going?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, the first time we've played in Switzerland, it feels a bit like that, just because I feel like I'm about to go on holiday or something. I mean, look at it; it's amazing. So to get to play music here is something really special.
Have you heard about the language they speak here, Romansh?
No.
It's a national language, but a minority language. Like 30,000 people speak it. And if you want, I can teach you just how do you say your name. So it would be Ciao, mes nom is Mike.
Ciao, is nom is Mike.
Mes nom is Mike.
Ciao, mes nom is Mike.
Perfect. So you could try that on stage. Everybody will be going nuts.
There's a lot of trust I had there in you. I could be saying anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that. I could try, but I'm also a bit of a fan, so I wouldn't do it. So I have to ask one question that's concerning all the festivals you're playing. What's the greatest memory you have of a festival stage, of a moment going on stage, of playing in front of people?
Wow. I think Glastonbury Festival in England, I always have fond memories of. There's something very powerful about that festival and the atmosphere of that festival. I'd say, that kind of stage never ceases to blow my mind.
Yeah. So I have to translate a bit for our listeners on the radio. El dice ce li fich belsi qua al Mike Kerr, the Royal Blood. El dice ce non amo do dire romansch, ma giusto in praise un paar romansch vai do di e non fan giusto in avanti con una domanda ci pertocca al prossimo album. Album number 4. Let's talk about the album coming in September. I've followed you for a while now. I think like the first 2 albums is what is the music that people know you for, and then came Typhoon, a bit more dancier, a bit more production elements, and now album number 4, from what I've heard, is supposed to be more raw again. Like, what's the idea? Where do you place it from raw to like Typhoon?
Yeah, they're quite hard to compare, those 2 albums. I mean, I would say Typhoons was definitely more of a studio record, and it was made kind of over COVID, so it was, I think that's why it ended up being like that. Whereas this record, I think, was much more informed about the excitement of playing live, and letting the songwriting really be the muscle that holds the songs up, rather than it having lots and lots of layers. Typhoons was probably the most layered and most kind of pop production we've kind of ever done, and perhaps will ever do, honestly.
Also dice che l'album ci ven è un po' più confidenza e le canzoni, perché qua avanti è un po' una produzione di studio dove è un po' più onest. The lyrics seem to have a certain honesty to them. For example, Pull Me Through, with the album title in the lyrics, seeming to have a subtext of mental health.
Yeah, I mean, talking about how you're feeling in yourself is not a sort of unique perspective or in a unique place to write a song from, but it's one that, again, probably since Typhoons, that I felt more comfortable writing songs from that perspective. So not singing about being in a physical place, but singing about being in a more of a metaphorical one. And again, these feelings aren't unique to me. They're things that we all experience. So it felt like something I could be honest about, honestly.
Di mena las canzuns novas, las singles novas vai impostuit per canzuns honestas. Is può esser più honest. There's an impressive article I read from you on Mr. Porter talking about getting sober, mental health. You've been sober for 4 years now, lots of jogging, swimming, and I read boxing. Have you got the boxing bag here?
No, I haven't. I'm actually not a very good swimmer either, but I gave them all a good. Yeah, I've given them all a good go.
And what's on a convenience or catering rider now? Is there like elements like where you could basically, I don't know, do yoga or go for a run? Like, what do you need behind the stage?
I see. I mean, I run a lot because you don't need to really bring anything. I think that's been the most amazing thing to do on the road, honestly, because sometimes you can spend a lot of time backstage and not really experience where you are. So for me, I found that really beneficial for my health, my mental health, and just for it enriches the touring experience for me.
I mean, un viadi de fitness ce l'ha fatto il cuore bler quasi ci fa bene del digital al Mike Kerr. So Mike, I've got something for you. What I figured in the internet is that at least one video from each album has in some form rabbits in there. And I thought if you need one for album number 4, there's a little rabbit in there.
Is it a real rabbit?
No, it's not real.
Very good.
I'm not a magician.
Wow, you shouldn't have.
So
You shouldn't have.
maybe you could use this for a video.
You know, being given a gift is a wonderful thing, but when you're on tour, it's the worst thing you can do for someone, because now I'm going to have to carry around a small rabbit for the next year, basically. But
I mean, I wouldn't know if you would throw it away.
But I won't let it out of my sight. It will stay here at all times.
All
Does
right.
it have a name?
You can give it a name.
That's too much pressure to do on the
Yeah,
spot.
no worries. You can take your time.
It's a serious decision.
It is.
I know. Dog. I'm going to call it Dog.
All right, Dog. Di mena non mandato una levra a Mike, perché c'è in mince video dell'album ana levres, e per il quarto album forza da una levra c'è il nome ossa Dog di mena Chan. With the new album coming up, I mean, you're touring a lot, you're playing all the songs every night. Are you keen to play the new songs?
Absolutely. This little period we're in right now feels slightly frustrating because, we're really looking forward to playing these new songs. They were written with the idea of playing them live in mind, so it's a little early to start playing things from the record, but we're ready to go.
All right, so I hear on my ear, there's your music playing on the radio. Thank you, Mike, very much for your time. Questa statt dall'intervista con Mike Kerr.